Okay, so here we are with the Ace Pro 2, Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I am using the Pgytech power grip, the Mantispod, and everything is Bluetooth, so the remote is Bluetooth. You can change the modes, and it also gives you, I think, a 5,000 milliamp battery in the handle that you can attach to the side of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 and just prolong your battery life. Now, I am using 4K 30 and everything else is on auto white balance, but I am using the Leica Natural color profile just to test that out. I tried the Vivid. It was a little bit too much contrast. So this kind of takes it down a notch, I believe, kind of mutes the colors a little bit. It's not a great day to test this. This is completely cloudy, gray. There's no blue sky. It looks like maybe a snowstorm over there, and that shouldn't even be the case because it's friggin' April. But it's cold out. Lawn behind me, freshly cut. You can smell it. Well, you can't because you're in the camera. Well, you're not even in the camera. You're in the video. I'm over here with the lawn behind me, and I can smell it. Fresh cut grass. But anyway, how green is it? Does it look good? Now, I am using face priority, so I can see a little orangey yellow square around my face, so it's probably predominantly exposing for that, but it is on HDR video, so we'll see how it looks. Also, standard stabilization, I don't believe I have it on high. Actually, no, that's HDR. Hard to see the little logo there, but I'm holding this with my arm bent kind of a 1.5 feet away. This is if my arm was fully extended, and I believe I'm on I can't see, and this is the one thing that I don't like about this. I wish that I get that they don't want to crowd up your LCD screen, but it would be nice to have a little indicator that says what profile I'm on and what lens modification I'm on. I don't know if I'm on linear. I don't know if I'm on ultra wide or just de-warp. I'm probably on linear, but I could be on ultra wide. See, I'm not sure. That would be nice. It would be also nice to know what kind of stabilization I'm using. Now, I know I'm not on horizon lock because I can see that moving around, but you know, the stabilization on these cameras are ridiculous. So whatever I have it on, I'm sure is good enough. Now, I'm just standing here, obviously, but again, 4K 30. I know I'm on Leica Natural, and I know everything's on auto, as well as the mic. The mic is on auto. I do have the little windscreen on the bottom there. I'm not using the just the shell. I do have the actual speaker dead cat foamy thing on there. And I'm just walking up the stairs right now. But let me see. Now, I'm going to put the Mantispod, because it is a pod, it is a tripod. I'm going to put it down on the table here and kind of just angle this up so I can talk to you guys. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a great little option. I'm going to bring this camera to Walt Disney World in 2 weeks alongside either my Leica Deluxe 8, and it might be interesting to see how the photos look using the Leica color profiles alongside the Leica Deluxe 8, where I might actually bring my Canon EOS R M6 Mark II, because I absolutely love that camera for vacation. I love the lenses. I love that little 22 pancake, but the 11 to 22 is a ton of fun to shoot that wide. It's you know, essentially a 16 millimeter lens. So I don't even know, but I do like the idea that I do have 2 batteries for the Ace Pro 2. And I do have this battery grip now, which is another, I believe it's 5 or 5,500 milliamps of battery juice. So that should last me really, really long. Now, I know AK30 burns through the battery life pretty quickly with this camera. But if I'm filming in 4K 30, people are telling me you have hours upon hours on one video, on one battery for a video. So we'll see. I don't know if that's true or not. I do know that, like I said, 4K 30, everything's on auto. So this is what you're seeing with a Leica color profile. Let me change this up here. Get some of this sky. I mean, the sun is up there somewhere, but I don't think that's really going to matter, but kind of just give you that HDR kind of look to it. Now, I'm going to move this. It is on a ball head. Oh, God, man, I'm slamming this thing all around. But so, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. I think my sharpening is on medium. So, you know, how does medium look? I can tell that this is kind of distorted. I mean, I can see my hands right now, like all the way out there. I mean, my hands are not this, my fingers are not that long, but I can kind of see that de-warp kind of look to it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, historically, I don't use action cameras that much. I like the idea of them. I spend money on these things all the time, but the last action camera I bought was a GoPro Hero 10. Before that, I bought the DJI Action, the original one. And I really liked that one a lot, but I didn't like the lag in the preview. There was a lot, when you turned on this stabilization, the lag was bad, and I think that they fixed it with software upgrades, but you know, I still have it. I still have the GoPro, and I end up spending all this money on like all the mods, like the lenses and the filters and things like that. With this, I don't want to do any of that. This has a Leica lens on it. It's a super Summit 2, it's an f2.6 spherical. So I don't know, we'll see how it looks. You know, from the rear view display, I mean, it does have a selfie screen. I like the way it looks so far, but you know, when you bring these things in, you know, how good are they? The 50 megapixel photos coming out of this thing was pretty impressive. They are distorted. I think you can correct it a little bit in post, but it was kind of interesting to see 50 megapixels come out of this, and it does shoot JPEGs as well as DNGs. So you can get a DNG RAW file out of a little camera like this, and you can make something out of it. I tried some of my presets, shameless link below, and they took just fine on these files, and they should. They're DNG files. So it was a lot of fun. I think this would be really cool with some of the Leica colors and some of my presets, and maybe some monochrome too. But we'll see. Kind of a nothing video. Just figured I'd put this out here, just kind of running this thing to the test. But how does the video look? How does the audio look? Again, you have, I think there's like maybe 10 color profiles on here. There's like cinematic, there's film, there's night vision, night mode, there's night mode, there's 2 Leica profiles, and then there's standard and vivid from Insta360 Pro, as well as iLog. So there is a log in here. A lot of people are conflicting kind of back and forth with whether or not to use the log profiles, because again, it is 8-bit. This is not a 10-bit camera. You're not going to get 10-bit color out of it, but I think if you shoot it just in one of their native color profiles, I think you're going to be okay. I think you'll be pleased with the color as it is. I mean, are you looking to get something cinematic out of this, or are you just looking to have a camera that is easily packable and travel friendly to bring everywhere and to capture some good stabilized footage and really not have to do all your homework as far as shutter angles and worrying about motion blur and things like that? And that was the other thing that I read too, just the other day, a little bit of an information here. I don't know if it's accurate or not, so you know, I'm just giving you what I heard, is that when you introduce the 180-degree shutter rule to get motion blur, it can mess with stabilization on action cameras. So action cameras rely on faster shutter speeds in order to activate that super stabilization that you see on action cameras. And when you take that stabilization, when you introduce that 180-degree shutter rule and slow down your shutter angles, that can introduce artifacts that screw up your stabilization. So I don't know if that's true or not. I can understand how it could be true, but we'll see. All right, guys, kind of a nothing video, but nonetheless, more content, and you know, content from somebody other than a YouTube personality that is just sponsored by videos. I am not sponsored by anybody, at least I'm not sponsored by Insta360 at all. I will now shut the video off using the little remote. Actually, I can pull this off. This is really cool. Look, I can take this off and there it is. Little remote for the Pgytech, and see ya.